Hi, this is Lori Jacobs. I'm here to talk to you tonight about how to keep from being having your body damaged through the effects of immobility. And I would like to say the first thing you have to do is you have to have the energy in order to be physically active. If you're not in shape and you're experiencing fatigue, I would recommend that you would first get your vitamin D levels checked to see, because if your vitamin D levels are low, this can cause extreme fatigue in your body. I also recommend getting on a supplement. And one of the things that I use that works amazingly, and I'm telling you from experience because I'm talking from experience because years ago I experienced extreme fatigue. I knew I was vitamin D deficient, but I also found out about chaga tea. And I found out that chaga is loaded in SODs and it helps give you energy so you can start getting up early in the morning instead of waking up late and not dragging through the day, which makes it harder. And you need to be active. And if you're not active, all these issues with your body can begin to break down. When you're in mobility, you can lose your bone loss, you can lose muscle mass, and it makes it even harder to keep your body going. And then it just gets harder and harder. And I remember I battled this because I wanted to have exercise, but I couldn't make it from the couch to the kitchen sink without being out of breath and exhausted. So in order to, all this talk of exercise and health is great, but you got to get healthy. If you have immobility, usually there's something else behind that, whether it's depression or vitamin deficiency. I would suggest you get on the right vitamins, liquid vitamins, natural ones. If you can get chaga tea, I would absolutely suggest that because it puts oxygen in your body, because that's what physical activity does. It puts the oxygen in circulation so your body gets energy and it rebuilds and the cells. But if you can't even get to that point where you can get up to do that, then I think you would benefit much from getting some chaga tea in you. Get your blood test checked and make sure you're not vitamin D deficient. And you get that out of the way, and then start with if you're bound on the couch or to a bed, you can get up by just moving from the chair to the bed. You can start doing exercises with your arms, even if it's just dangling your feet and moving circulation. Once you get to this point where you're at least getting out of bed, moving around, if it depends on how immobile you are, if you've been in an accident or injuries or anything like that. But if you can't do it alone, get someone to help you, to get you moving, to get you walking. Sometimes in the winter, like here in Maine, it's hard, but if you can get a treadmill or a bicycle, or even just, there was times I was in my store and I was so tired of just sitting around, I would just walk and pace around the whole place of the store just to get exercise. Get yourself, if any way possible, even if you can't get a treadmill, a brand new one, you can look. There's different places you might be able to get one used, to just do pacing. Pace yourself. Start with 10 minutes a day and work your way up, add an extra 5 minutes every day. But if you can't get up, if you're, disabled in any way, you can still move around. Deep breathing is excellent. Deep breathing, coughing, those are excellent ways to get oxygen into your body and get the circulation going. A lot of times when people are very, very, very disabled, they have to have physical therapy, and that needs to be done because you can't leave someone sedentary that long because it's going to deteriorate their body, their organs, and it's not healthy. Your body needs circulation, it needs energy. And if you're just a regular old everyday person and you have health but you're just not very active, try taking a walk every day, whether it be at night or in the morning, whatever your schedule is. Get some exercise, start walking, do things that are enjoyable. I like to work in the garden. And if you're not that interested in gardening, find something that you can do that keeps you occupied outside. Just do something that you can, I work with flowers and I do gardening, not just regular gardening, but even if it's just flowers or, let's see. Lots of times, like when my kids were younger, I used to take a walk every night with the kids in the carriage. If you have grandchildren that live nearby, take them for a walk in the carriage. It doesn't have to be a fast pace, but you got to keep yourself going. You got to keep your circulation going. Some people like to go swimming. Maybe you play tennis or, um, just do what you can do. But you can't be sedentary. You just cannot do that. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. Um, the you can get blood clots and all kinds of other issues. Another thing that you can do to stay active is, instead of doing everything the most convenient way, like in the summertime, I like to hang my clothes out on the line. You get really good exercise doing that. Just bending, and every time you reach down into the basket, you're bending and picking things up. It's just a mild way of getting some exercise, but you're getting your chores done at the same time, and you're getting some exercise. If you don't have an area where you can take a walk all the time or whatever, but it's good to get the fresh air, and it's actually makes your clothes smell wonderful. And I think one of the best results for getting mobile is doing something that you actually enjoy. As a Christian, I like to believe in what the Bible says about whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are beautiful, think on these things. So it's nice if you can do something that you enjoy. If it's a sunny day and you're getting outside and just carrying, like the other day we were going to gather the wood around the yard, the branches that fell, because it's springtime, gathering the branches, putting them together, just cleaning up your yard, little things like that, getting out in the sunshine and fresh air. Those little things can add up, depending on your age and what you're doing. But even to keep your kids active, you can send them out and have them do things like that. Go hiking, take someone to the park, take the kids to the park. If you have a local place where you could go play basketball if you're younger, get out and get exercise. For men, I don't know how many men like it, but you can just going out, take a rowboat, go out, go fishing, do something that's you enjoy doing, that's peaceful, but yet it brings you physical exercise. And that's the focus. Is stressful exercise is just going to deplete your system. But getting exercise when you're doing something that you enjoy, find things that you can do that you really enjoy, even if it's just working out in the garage. Maybe men building a little project or doing something that gets you out, to get you fresh air, to keep you active. These are the most important things, because when you stay with immobility, it's not healthy. All kinds of issues can happen, and I think that's why you hear so many sicknesses and people have heart attacks and different things all through the winter months, because first of all, they're not getting the vitamin D that they need for energy. And second of all, they're not getting the physical activity that they need, like they usually get in the summer, mowing lawns and stuff. But during this winter, I did a lot of shoveling, and I enjoyed it. I just felt like this is what I have to do, and I thank God, I was at first complaining because I wanted my treadmill at my store, but it snowed so much that every day I had to shovel it. And I was just praying, and I told the Lord, I was like, I really would like to have my treadmill. And I heard him speak just as clear. He goes, why? He goes, you're getting more exercise out here shoveling, plus you're getting fresh air and sunshine. And if I was inside, I probably would have maybe ran the treadmill for maybe a half hour at the most. But when I was out shoveling, I was out there for over an hour. So sometimes doing things the old-fashioned way is so much healthier for you. Well, I guess that's all I have to say for today. Get out. That's all I can tell you. Get out as much as possible. If it's winter time, like I said, in Maine, a lot of the big malls and even some of the high schools open up their doors for people to walk during the winter months. So if you can get out, get to a mall, and people just go just to walk around, just to get exercise. But do what you can do. Find something you really like to do, and just, sign up. Go to your grandkids' baseball games or basketball games, and just try to keep yourself active. Have cookouts and do things that you're outside, you're getting fresh air, you're getting mobility, but just do the best you can. And if you're in a situation where you really cannot get around, ask for help. Ask for someone to help you get around. Start out with small movements, sitting in a chair, just moving your legs around, your arms around, deep breathing. Start out small, work your way up. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're getting the right nutrition that your body needs. And start small and work your way. And before you know it, you'll be feeling fantastic. Thank you and have a blessed day.